Hey, what's up guys, it's Mariah, and I'm back with another video. I am telling you guys a story today. I want to get right into it because I'm trying to make this video as not long as possible. We're gonna get right into it. So basically, the other day, I went to Iowa. My friend had came and picked me up from Iowa, and we went back to her house, and then the next day we had to go and get her other friend so that we could go to St. Louis, because we're going to see the Selmo show in St. Louis. And so she came and picked me up, and like everything was fine. It was like great. We went back to her house. The next day she went to work. She came home. We like got ready to go, and we started going to a different part of Iowa. And already, I'm just gonna put this out there. Already being in the car is so scary to me, because like car accidents are like the most terrifying thing in the world to me. And so like I don't like that. Like I like road trips though, but I hate being in the car because it's scary. But either way, it doesn't matter. We like got ready to go, and we were like leaving, and it started raining like super bad when we got close to there. So then finally when we had picked them up, it was still raining, but it had slowed down, and we went and did a couple things, like went to eat, and like she showed us this place or whatever, like her old house. And then we started driving back again, and on our way back, the water from the rain, I don't know why that was so hard for me to say, the water from the rain, like the rain had started to be ice. I don't know how to, started to freeze. Okay, it started to freeze, and the car just started like spinning kind of. And I was in the front, and then our two friends were in the back, and none of us really said anything. We were just like speechless, like we didn't know what to say. And like, keep in mind, like, we're in the middle of Iowa. Like, there's nothing there. There's nothing close to you. So all I remember seeing behind us was like headlights. Like, all I could see was headlights. And I was like, oh my God, like, we're gonna get hit by another car. Straight into a ditch, and I'll insert a picture of our car in the ditch right here. But, so our car goes into the ditch, and my friend's like, well, maybe we can just back out. And I'm like, no, we can't back out. When you guys see how far the car is in the ditch, you can tell that we can't back out. And our wheels actually went in a creek. Like, they literally went in a creek. It was bad. But, so then we had to call the cops, because we didn't really know who else to call, and I'm not from there, and I was like, I don't have anybody we can call, and they didn't know who to call. And so we just called the cops, and then the cops came and picked us up and brought us to a truck stop that was like, I don't really remember, it was like, it felt like it was like an hour away, but it was probably like 15 minutes away. But there was no snow at this point. There was no snow. So they bring us to the truck stop. They're like, okay, well, you guys are gonna have to be here for a little bit. They thought maybe we'd have to be there till like midnight or maybe 1. And at this point, I think I called the cops at 10:30, I think 10:40 maybe. And so we're like, okay, that's a couple hours, like we'll be fine though, we'll just go back to her house, then we'll go to St. Louis tomorrow. And no, because then we're calling all these tows, and they're like, no, the tows are banned because it started snowing, and there wasn't even that much snow, but they're like, it started snowing, so we can't have the tows out on the road because it's dangerous. I'm like, that's what they're for, but like, yeah, that's fine, whatever, it's cool. So then they're like, oh yeah, at 9, we're gonna be able to like get your car out of the ditch. And there's like a bunch of people waiting at this truck stop too, because like a bunch of cars were going into the ditch, I guess. And so like we kind of got comfortable. We didn't really get that comfortable. I actually bought this blanket there for $13. I bought this for $13 because I was so cold, and we didn't have our stuff because I had brought my little backpack, but the rest of my stuff was like at my friend's house. And then our other friends, they had left their stuff in the car because the cops told them, like, they were like rushing us, like, you guys need to hurry, and we're like, okay, like, what are you gonna do, leave us here? Like, and so then they were telling us like, oh, you guys can get back on the road, or we can like get your car out of the ditch at like 9 in the morning. So we all got super horrible night's sleep, like maybe like 2 or 3 hours. Well, one of my friends slept like in between, like she put 2 chairs together and like slept in them, so she slept for longer. But like she was saying that her back or her neck or something was hurting because of it. But yeah, so we set alarms for like 7, and they were like, oh no, there's still a tow ban, like you guys can't get your stuff out because there's a tow ban, and there's no plows on the road. And what called, and they're like, okay, yeah, we're gonna be able to, the tow ban has been lifted, but we had to wait for our tow to come. So finally a tow gets there. They got the girl who had the dog, they got her car out, and she got there like just after us. So like, okay, now they can get ours out. So they went to go get our car out, and they came back and they're like, oh, we can't find your car, like there's so much snow, we can't find it. And so we're all like, oh my god, we thought they were coming back with the car. They weren't coming back with the car, they were just coming back to tell us that they can't find our car. So then we had to call a different tow, and that tow took us with him, and he was able to get the car out. And yeah, it was not the best like trip to Iowa. I definitely don't want to go there again. Can you like not? Thanks. Anyways, it was crazy. And then we ended up driving back to her house. The tow was a lot of money, but we ended up driving back to her house and went to St. Louis the next day. And we actually drove to St. Louis in the car. Like, it's not super messed up, but like there's a part on the bottom that's hanging out, like banging like on the ground, like hitting the ground like whenever you drive. And yeah, probably not the safest thing to drive 5.5 hours in and then 5.5 hours back. And then it was 5.5 hours there from her house, and then we had to drive 7.5 hours back to drive the other girls home, and then 2 hours back to her house, and then 3 hours back to my house, and then she drove 3 hours back home. I talked really fast. I tried to get through it really fast. It was still 10 minutes, and I was talking really fast, and I didn't even add all the details or anything. But yeah, I'm glad I can get the story out. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys liked it, like and subscribe. Comment your Snapchat. That's what you should comment. Comment your Snapchat. And yeah, I'll have my social medias I'll have them in the bio. And yeah, you guys should go follow me, and I'll have another video soon. I hope you guys enjoyed. Love you.